57 years ago, Americans were challenged by the new President of the United States, John F. Kennedy. And the challenge was simple, yet it required a lot of thinking on behalf of Americans. Whether you were alive to see this or not, most have heard the quote, whether it be in documentaries or in school. President Kennedy asked Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Flash forward to 2017, I think that is probably a question and an answer that many people should be doing in today's America. But on this Sunday, when we hear Jesus' parable about the talents, and the talents, one talent was equal to a person's wage, like for either 15 to 20 years. So imagine being given 15 to 20 years worth of pay to entrust it to you. So a talent was a lot of money, and the master was expecting that his servants would follow his instructions. He knew that it wasn't the servants asking him what they should do. He trusted that they had the ability inside them, even though they might not have thought in a million years that they could do this task that the landowner was asking. Of course, a talent can also be related with a skill. Really, they go hand in hand. Because if you're given, say, $10 million, and you're asked to manage it for somebody, most of us would probably say, I don't have that ability. That's just too much. But each and every one of us, in our baptism, were given unique spiritual gifts that are in you, that are often deep inside of you, that you're afraid of sharing, whether it be because of fear of failure, or fear about what people might say, or even doubting oneself. On this day, I hear President Kennedy's words differently. I hear, ask not what God can do for you, but what you can do for Christ and his church. Especially here at our family at St. Jude. Last week, we were blessed to have people coming forward to talk about what giving back means. And today I have invited two guests, two individuals, two family members, to share a little bit about what this community means to them and how through living generously, living out of abundance, that they're able to use the gifts that God gave them for the benefit of all of us. And specifically, if you look at our mission statement, these two individuals do take part in what we always like to call joyful worship. At first, I'd like to invite an acolyte who is always ready, always there, helps out no matter what. We call her Tanya to the ready. And Tanya Laterza, would you come forward? Just stand here right here.
I am glad Mama Maxine invited me to speak to you today, because today is a very special for me. Today is the anniversary when I was baptized. I was baptized 45 years ago at the Church of the Redeemer in Maryland. When I was a little girl, I was very in the Church of the Redeemer in Maryland. I always wanted to be in a light on the altar. When I was a little, I used to be jealous, and my sister Lauren was allowed to wear lipstick, and then she was old enough to have a key to the house. But my mother explained to me that a baby has to learn to crawl. First then learn to walk, then can run. So she said, going to Sunday school, I was learning to crawl. Then Father Fred gave me an instruction so I could make my confirmation. That was the working part. And after I made my confirmation, I became an acolyte and a Christopher. That was the working part. I love being on the altar because it gave me a chance to serve the Lord. And in a special way, he reigned in his very own house. I am so lucky because I have so many families to share my life with. My first family, of course, is my mom, my sister, and my brother. Then when I became more independent, I moved into a group home. I was worried because I still want to go to St. Jude on Sunday and all the holy days. My mom said God really loved me because my group home is in Wantagh. She just won't travel away from church, and she had to drive here. But most special for me, I have my church family. From the very first time I came to St. Jude, anyone made me feel so welcome. It makes me happy when someone calls me and asks me to substitute for them when they can't make it to church. on Sunday. I made me happy because I'm doing what Jesus wants and wants to do. That is to help me, to help someone. On Sunday, my Sunday school lesson taught me that Jesus wants us all to love each other and take care of each other. Then what he did when he was on earth. Before he went out to heaven to be with his Father. So if he could set an example for us, for all of us, then I can cap on 16 that this is explained to. That's why I love looking at the fair, because our whole church family come together to support each other. Tonight, together, we can't help sing Jude to keep our doing good things for the people who need us, like our new mother Censor. So I want to say thank you to anyone for helping me to walk and run with Jesus, and showing everybody in the world that you know how to walk and run with Jesus too.
Don't feel nervous that you just have to follow Tanya. But another individual has been using the gifts that God has given him. You heard him this morning as he read the first lesson. But he also had another gift, and that's the gift of music. And Brian, would you come forward and share about how you in your life are living a generous life for God?
Mother Maxine emailed me to see if I would talk on this Sunday morning. It scared me to death, no doubt about it. I said, why me? Why not someone else? But, okay, we can deal with this. For me, music has been extremely important to me in the church, okay? I can't conceive of going to a church and not singing. I have a good voice. There's no doubt about that. From the days when I sang Gregorian chant as a Marianist brother, to the days when I joined the diocesan choir, and to these days when I joined the choir here under the guidance of Herb. Music is extremely important to me. I'm reminded of the gospel where they took the candle and put it under the bushel basket. I can't hide this, okay? I don't want to hide it. I just had to find a place where I could sing the music in the church. When I left St. William's, I was bereft. I had no church to go to. I had no place to sing. I was very moody. I was not happy. A friend of mine suggested St. Jude, Episcopal. I said, okay, well, I'll give it a try. And I came here, and everybody sings every verse, which is wonderful. I like to sing, so singing every verse is not a problem. Okay? So I joined the choir beginning of the year, and I've enjoyed every minute of it. And I can sing, and I work in a library where I work with the public all the time. So standing up here right now, I'm not really scared. I don't know why, but I'm not scared. Okay? But music is extremely important to me. And if you have any kind of a voice where you could hold a tune, please join the choir. Okay? It gives me a verbal way to praise my God. And I wish you all to have that experience. Okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brian, and thanks to Tanya. Those two testimonies that you have heard is something I'd like you to contemplate all week. They have stepped forward. They've discovered and knew that they had certain gifts and were willing to share that with those around. So in this week of Thanksgiving, I ask the question one more time. Ask not what God can do for you, but what you can do for Christ and this church. Amen.